Today we'll be taking a look at 3 figures from the Binding of Isaac series. Were they worth the price? Let's find out. This is one of the characters, one of my favorite characters in the game. You can see that the cases on these, they all have the same artwork, but they're all nicely presented with the wood paneling and the images of the drawings. On the top, you can see the logo, the Binding of Isaac 4 Souls, along with the enemy spider on the end there. One of the things that's really unfortunate about these boxes, since they're so nice looking, I wish I could put them back inside and display them. Unfortunately, you can see I'm really trying to not mess this up, but the cardboard comes off. And not only that, if you try and put it down again, it's not going to look that particularly pretty since the flap comes up. I wish there was a way just to open it from other figures where you can just put it back inside. Unfortunately, it's not like that. Inside the cardboard box, there's nothing crazy. It's just a pretty standard one. Now, the black bag is one of the interesting things. It kind of fits the tone, doesn't it, with the whole Binding of Isaac being really dark and messed up. I kind of like how it comes in this black bag, and inside you get the figure and the stand. Here is the stand. Here's the figure of Azazel along with the stand. All the stands are slightly different, catered towards the characters. Let's get a good look at this particular figure, seeing a nice 360 look of the character. You see the wings, you see the hair, a little bit flexible on the ends there, along with the wings being flexible. It's always cool to see where you can move around on figures that you collect. And I really love how on the sides there you see the horns, a little bit of arches in there to give some detail, along with the eyebrows. Putting it in the stand is very easy. As you can see, there's a hole at the bottom here, and sometimes it's very hard for figures to stand on their own, but this one is perfect. When I try to move it, it's very sturdy and it just sits on the table very well. One of the best figures that I've ever collected so far, and as a fan of this series, I'm really happy to have it. The second one is the Lost, a character I haven't really played too much in the Binding of Isaac series because of it being difficult. The box art is the same, so looking at the character, that is the real difference. You see on these sides here, look at the tears. It's not just painted on, those are actual textures, actually bumps, which is very nice. They could have really skipped out on this and just painting it on, which is what a lot of other figures do. You see the wrinkles also have some texturing there, and it's also not just a flat line. You have 2 holes at the bottom. It's a very nice figure, a very simple one. You see the coloring, not too bad on the eyes, a little bit on the edges, but again, all these figures aren't going to be perfect. No figure that you get, unless it's very handcrafted, it's not going to be like too crazy or anything like that when it comes to the detail. And here it is on the stand. It's a very awesome figure. Dark Judas. Once again, all the boxes are the same, so nothing too crazy there. One of the first interesting details I noticed is not only is the stand a little bit lower than the other ones, but it's also really cool how the eyes, they're different from Azazel. They're not just the same type of eyes. Of course, the painting is the same, but Azazel has the irises representing the glow. This one is just nicely coming down, the blood dripping, which kind of gives you that feeling of it actually being bloody eyes. A little bit of wiggle room there at the top of the fez. On the sides is really nice to look at as well. And you see the Book of Belial there, along with the little 2 holes at the bottom that you'll put the prongs in as we fit it on top of the stand. It's a very nice figure. And again, I love these figures. I love the series in general, and just having all of these collectibles is really awesome. Let's try to put this in a little bit of a focus here. Give me a second. Here we go. And it goes in as the other figures really well. It's sturdy. It might be even a little bit more sturdy than the other ones. as you have it all the way in the side. And you can see the little comparison here of the height, even a little, Azazel is a little bit bigger, even without it being arched up. When you compare it to the Lost, they're both the exact same height, except that the character, Dark Judas, has the little fez. So what are your thoughts on these figures, everyone? I really am glad that I picked this up. A total of $50 US. It was worth the price of getting these 3 figures. It's always a gamble when trying to do this, but I'm really glad that I got these. You can also find these on Amazon, as I wasn't able to find these on their website anymore after the Kickstarter project, but I'll have a link in the description box below if you want to take a look at it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and until next time, take care.